Jim Klyap is with us. If we're talking Jim Klyap, we're talking Purchase Line Sports. We're talking specifically today about the Red Dragon Foundation. Good morning.
Morning, Todd. How you doing?
Wonderful. It's good to have you back with us. You've been traveling a little bit, huh?
A little bit. I was in Montana for about 5 or 6 weeks. Did some fishing.
5 or 6 weeks?
Some work, yeah.
Yeah. Now, which was it the most, fishing or work?
Combination. You know how that goes.
Yeah. There you go. They always talk about how wonderful it is in Montana for fishing. Ever since a river runs through it. Did you get on that river?
Oh yeah, I've been on that river. I've been on that river. It's interesting. I mean, there's so many great places out there. It's unbelievable. You know, I've just scratched the surface, and I've been going out there for 25 years.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, one of the unfortunate things is that many of our roadways today are like rivers.
Well, they could be stocked, some of them, I think.
It's that deep out this morning, but we're glad you're able to come in and be with us here this morning. The Red Dragon Foundation has, in these past couple of years, put together some wonderful programs. It's only a few years for this foundation, isn't it?
Well, we've been in existence since 2000,
Yeah.
so this will be our 19th year. Actually, 2018 presentation will be the 19th year of the foundation doing this dinner.
Yeah.
And we've been around. I'm one of the founding fathers, Stan Bem, and some other people came up with this idea, and it does a lot of good things. You know, sometimes we're a big secret, I think. You cross the bridge, it's not all flooded out there. You have to remember that all the time. Anyway.
Yeah, well, the wonderful folks at Purchase Line, we know them well. They treat us well when we come to the school to do sporting events and everything. But this isn't just about sports, is it?
No. It's academics, activities, the whole works. Pretty much like the Heritage Conference, you might say.
Yeah, that's a good point. The Red Dragon Foundation event it's always homecoming weekend, is it not?
Yes, homecoming weekend all the time. We go on homecomings on Friday night, and we go on Saturday night with the dinner and award ceremony.
Which makes it when? September what?
September 22nd.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And so what are the event details that people need to know about this morning?
Okay. Well, first of all, the foundation is a 501c. We channel scholarships through us because we're a nonprofit foundation. We give out over $25,000 worth of scholarships now.
Wow.
Every year, that is, and it's an annual thing. The dinner this year will be, as it usually is, on Saturday evening from 4:45 to 6:45, and then at 7 o'clock we have our award ceremony and induct. This year will be John Jack Nelson.
Okay.
1969 graduate. He has his business just outside of Clymer there, the insurance business. And he's a 69 graduate, played basketball for me, and I'm quite familiar with Jack. He's a great person. He does a lot of things for communities. I know that. He's a great organizer, and he does some great things, that people don't know about. And we just felt that, he was deserving of this award this year.
Well, absolutely. And for folks who don't know, the award itself celebrates, as we said, not just athletic or even academic achievement, but then the ongoing role in the Purchase Line family and the community in which these people end up. Sometimes they don't even end up back in your community.
That's true. Last year we honored all the valedictorians and salutatorians, and we had a lot of them coming back, and many of them were doctors and different professions, had their own businesses. Many of them I haven't seen since they graduated, and highly successful people. I mean, and it was exciting. I know some people have asked me, we do this every year, and they said, did you ever think of having a all Purchase Line class reunions, all the classes of Purchase Line, for a reunion on that night? And I may explore that idea and see how much interest there is out there for something like that, because, some of the older classes, especially, it's hard to get a number of people together, but this would give an opportunity for people. I know myself, when you, and yourself, Todd, as a senior, you knew people that were freshmen, sophomores, and juniors before you, and some of the people that graduated
Yeah.
prior to you. And as a result, you could see those people again. And I thought it was a great idea.
Yeah, my best friends when I was in school were in the class ahead of me. And some are in the class behind you. And I know my old school, Laurel Valley, I think this year they're having, I'm not involved in it, but they're having a big all Laurel Valley reunion. We get all the classes together. And why wait until a school is defunct? Might as well do it now.
Yeah, that's true. I know Bill Scott, a friend of mine, he coached at Purchase Line. He actually got me to coach there in the middle 60s. And he had a cherry tree class reunion every year, and they still have it, I think. And all the classes came in and highly successful, and people appreciated it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'll have to see if there's interest out there. I'm not going to, beat a horse to death, unless there's some interest out there.
But as for this year in the Red Dragon Award ceremony or the dinner that is coming up on Saturday the 22nd, people can come, right? You need to get folks
definitely.
To respond.
You can get tickets by calling me at 724-254-9421, or you can pick them up at the school, either the high school or the elementary school. And any of the Red Dragon trustees, they have tickets in their possession too. Lane Barringer has tickets. Many people know her. She worked for IUP for years. And you can call her and get tickets off of her, or you can call the high school and get tickets, or the elementary.
Yeah, and it takes place in the school building, in the gymnasium.
Yeah, it takes place in the cafeteria and the auditorium, and sometimes we use the gymnasium, depends on the size of the crowd. And sometimes classes have their reunions, in conjunction with it, which is great. This year we don't have any class reunions. That's why someone mentioned to me about having an all Purchase Line class reunion thing.
Yeah, well, that would all seem to run together, wouldn't it? Make for a grand weekend.
Yeah, I think it would be great. I know one program I'd like to talk about. The foundation. We buy equipment for the school, and we buy educational materials and so forth. But the EITC program, it's called Educational Improvement Tax Credit Program, and it's for companies and businesses, and they can get on their Pennsylvania taxes up to 75% tax deduction. And it's been a great program. Some of the things that we've purchased a plasma cutter for the school. We've purchased a computerized router for the school, a 3D printer for the school. And believe it or not, the 3D printer, some of the kids will take the CAD drawings that they do in CAD class, and they'll take that drawing and they'll take it the whole way through and end up doing it on the 3D printer. Some kids have actually then taken that product and taken it to the plasma cutter and made parts for their automobile or for their machinery.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. This year we're chancing off a Red Dragon fire ring that was made by the kids in metal shop class, cut out of steel. It's a fire ring, and it has dragons on it and so forth. So we're giving that away this year and using it as a little fundraiser.
Make the flames come out of the dragon's mouth, huh?
Yeah.
But those are the sorts of things that the Red Dragon Foundation does to supplement what the school district itself is able to do. And you need people who are willing to do things like that. So this serves as a great fundraiser for that, yes?
That's correct. It's difficult for rural school districts, funding extra programs and so forth and getting equipment. But we're pretty much state of the art, with that equipment. I know some kids have gotten jobs almost immediately, because they knew how to operate the computer for the plasma cutter and so forth. And it's fantastic as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not just blowing our whistle, but I still think we're a big secret, and
well, you come on a program like Indiana in the Morning, you're not going to be so secret,
Well, I appreciate that, I appreciate that greatly, and I appreciate you giving me an opportunity. I know we talked about Montana this morning, and
well, we have to talk at some point about 8-man football.
Yes, I'd like to come in and talk about 8-man football. I've witnessed many of those games out there and talked to some of the coaches out there, and I know you had a segment this past weekend. I heard you when I was driving in talking about, Salzburg not having enough kids. I don't know. Maybe it won't be in my lifetime, but maybe we'll see 8-man football in Pennsylvania. I mean, it's a great game.
Yeah.
It's a great game and gives kids a chance to play, and you don't need big numbers because the school where I was staying is Twin Bridges, Montana. It's in southwest Montana, and they only have K to 12, about 250 kids, K to 12.
K to 12.
Yeah, K to 12. So, figure that out real quick, and
so you're having class sizes of 30 or 35 kids.
Yeah.
And yet they're able to fill a football team playing 8-man football.
Exactly. In some cases, only 20 kids in a class, or 18 or 19. And they play like Twin Bridges, small town. I mean, maybe 400 or 500 people population, and they play like Butte, Montana, which was a large school, but at the same time, they only have 8-man football.
Are they playing on a standard-sized football field?
No, the football field is only 80 yards long and 40 yards wide.
Oh, okay.
And I'd love to talk to you about that sometime.
Oh, we got to do that. We have to. We'll schedule it before you leave here this morning.
Okay, that's great.
Meanwhile, let's talk once more as we close the segment about the Red Dragon Foundation dinner that's coming up on September 22nd.
Yeah, I hope people take advantage of this. It's on the 22nd, 4:45 it starts. And it goes till 6:45. We have the award ceremony at 7 o'clock. It's a great thing. I mean, and kids appreciate the scholarships. We get a lot of good letters back from the kids.
Absolutely. So for folks, once more, who need to get tickets to the event, who do they need to contact?
Contact me, Jim Klyap, 724-254-9421. Contact the school. Contact any Red Dragon Foundation trustee. Elaine Behringer is the treasurer, or not the treasurer, the secretary of the foundation, and she has tickets in her possession, and as every trustee does. And I hope we have a great turnout because it's an opportunity for people also to see, community members. It's a community thing. It's not just a school thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We want it to be a success and the Red Dragon Foundation to go on. You have a Facebook page, right?
Yes, yeah.
You can check it out on Facebook with the Red Dragon Foundation. Jim, thanks for being with us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. You guys do a great job in here, believe me.
We appreciate that. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. Fox News.